This news program is proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Now Biscuits.
Governor Pakop against DDA and LLG politicization. UNICEF calls for more action. And Prime Minister visits Pomio. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Malcolm Waira. Thank you for joining us. NCD Governor Pakop has called on the local level governments and district development authorities in provinces across the country to give priority to developments and address the challenges that are faced in the provinces. He said LLGs and DDAs must refrain from political involvement.
Governor Pakop said NCD is structured in a way that focuses not only on developments but also to address these social and economic challenges.
We focus on development, infrastructure development, and addressing the social and economic challenges facing our people, facing issues like migration, youth, safety and security, cleanliness. We do not problem. Lights are, not working well in our capital city. Settlement is still a big challenge in our city. Our indigenous people, they are facing mounting challenges, social, economic, cultural, identity. These are real issues in our city.
He strongly recommended that other provinces need to do away with politics and focus more on developments.
All got LLG now, all got provincial government now, all got national election now, all politics too much now. Politics are killing Papua New Guinea. I'm telling you all. I've been in parliament now going to 20 years. And the politics of our country consume all our energy, attention, to the detriment of services, to the detriment of welfare of our people, to the detriment of peace and security. Too much politics. Especially the negative politics, not the politics of enhancing the incumbent of the day to make them perform and deliver better, but the politics of pulling down everyone.
NCD governor suggested that other provinces should follow the NCD's model.
Countries should be restructured. We should seriously look at the LLGs, whether there is merits in LLG. And perhaps with the DDA can become service and development agencies at the LLG or ward level instead of becoming political entities. Politics, losing the provincial government and the national parliament. Me thinking also, if the nation follows the model in NCD, I believe we'll be better off. And that's a debate that we all can have and we must have. The cost of politics compared to the outcomes that is intended and our people decide. And I will say without fear or favor that the cost of politics is too high for our country. And we can have a better model. Port Moresby, our capital city, as one model that the country might want to emulate.
Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
President of PNG Law Society, Hubert Nemani, has expressed serious concerns over clashes in Porgera, Enga province. He said the escalation of violence in this area is extremely troubling and it highlights the persistent law and order challenges faced in the Upper Highlands.
The president said the situation in Porgera is not only a security issue, but a matter of national concern. In a statement, he urged the government to take decisive and immediate action to address this situation before it spirals into a full-blown conflict between the state forces and local communities. The society also called upon the national leaders of Enga to rise above political differences and work together to resolve these issues swiftly. They said the safety and security of the people must come first, and it is critical that leadership is demonstrated at this crucial time to prevent further bloodshed. The president said the ongoing law and order crisis in the Upper Islands is a threat to the stability of the region, and it must be addressed with agency and collaboration at all levels of leadership. The Law Society called for peace, dialogue, and swift intervention to restore calm and safety in Porgera. Luis Maingo, National EMTV News.
In curbing law and order issues in Oro Province, the Justice Department has conducted drug and unlawful activities awareness in the province recently.
The awareness focuses on educating young people and the community about the legal consequences of unlawful behaviors, illicit drug and alcohol possession and consumption. Waigani District Court Senior Magistrate Albert Daniels highlighted the growing concern of illegal drug smuggling, consumption of homebrew and other criminal behaviors among the youths. He said the penalty for possessing and selling of illicit drug is 20 to 40 years imprisonment, which comes with a huge amount of fine, and the community should be aware of this.
30 years karabus. Naulo papandeta waplamanem kisim karabus lo dangerous drugs lo olintasol. You know me go something olintasol. Look out him lo skin lo him. 20 years karabus. Me ask him you to you papa or mama or you boss lo aidua or usat boss lo company. You got 40 years karabus. Lo give him lo gaman. Sit down nothing lo biru na stop. Me no think plenty. Me no kadis la kain time lo game lo gaman lo stop nothing lo 1+ Correctional Service Institute.
Magistrate Daniels further called for collective responsibility from youths and community leaders to work towards addressing these serious issues. He encourages everyone to abide by the rules and laws in place.
This senisim tokisin na mi tokim you. You mi kama bosen. Look at God what them you me. Now you are in Buta. How you mean time you mean no abide law whatever order law this law. You mean come up with what nation no have God. So parliament must make him narabla wolfken. It must have him this law. It must be oil palm, it must be cacao, it must be so it must have him lo drug too.
The campaign encouraged the youth to avoid unlawful activities and contribute to build a safer environment for everyone. This program was made possible by the Law and Justice Department in collaboration with local authorities, which they intend to continue this outreach in the coming weeks, targeting key areas in the province to ensure that the message reaches as many people as possible. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
UNICEF is urging Papua New Guinean authorities to intensify efforts to end violence against children, as a new global study reveals that 1 in 8 girls experience rape or sexual assault during childhood. This alarming statistics comes as the United Nations observes the International Girls' Day, with this year's theme being Girls' Vision for the Future.
National data shows the situation in PNG is even more alarming, with 56%, which is 6 out of 10 of adolescent girls reporting physical violence, and 28%, which is 3 out of 10, reporting sexual violence. Furthermore, 1 in 5 women in PNG report that their first experience of sex was rape. UNICEF PNG representative said the findings highlight the pressing need for increased prevention, awareness and community engagement, support services and access to justice to prevent and respond to violence against children, girls and women in PNG. As UNICEF and the government of PNG are preparing to participate in the first ever global ministerial conference on violence against children taking place in the Colombian capital, Bogota, next month, the UNICEF PNG Chief of Children Protection calls for a stronger collective effort and raise awareness of this silent emergency inside our homes, our schools and institutions. She stressed the need for every child to have access to accurate, accessible, and age-appropriate information that empowers them to recognize and report sexual violence. Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
In his weekend visit to East New Britain Province, Prime Minister James Morobe was invited to the 26th graduation of the Kambumbu Adventist Secondary School in Pomio District today.
Prime Minister James Morobe was invited as the guest speaker at the school's graduation. He encouraged the school board and the PNG Adventist Union Mission to offer life skills training to the students and improve Sonoma College to a university status.
And it's something I'm proposing to the church. Working with Sonoma, Sonoma can be elevated to a university. PNG Union Mission Run University, Sonoma can be elevated. Kembubu can be, you have a big campus here. An agro-rural community-based college, so kids who finish grade 12, if they don't go elsewhere, they can come back to their own college here and get life skills.
PM Morobe also offered the national government support in rebuilding their school infrastructure like classrooms and student dormitories. He said the government is willing to support the school in their development plans to offer quality education and life skills to the future children.
Lessons learned in the life that you live through Kembubu must be lessons that steers you to the right path. Don't blame your parents, don't blame your teachers, don't blame your God. Don't blame anyone else. You can blame your government because we are here to help you. And everybody else can blame. But blame yourself. If you do not succeed 10 years from today, blame yourself. We're now opening up like never before. Many pathways for you. We're now opening up like never before, many pathways for you, including pathways for continued education.
At the graduation today, a total of 60 grade 10 students received their certificates, while grade 11 and grade 12 students received their attainment certificates. Louis Mango, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Start your day the smart way with the new Smart Start Breakfast Biscuit. Whether you are busy or on a budget, Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits gives you a healthy and affordable breakfast to set you up for school or play. Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits are fortified with essential vitamins for body or brain health. They contain vitamin A for healthy growth and development, vitamin B6 for healthy metabolism, immune system and brain development, and vitamin B12 for nerve and cell health. Proudly made by Paradise Foods.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Remember the joy of playing with your toys as a child? At Morning Plus, we believe that every small business deserves a chance to build and grow. That's why we offer asset financing.
Our chance to building something new, to see a different point of view. With Morning Plus, we're ready to go.
Mipla Halivim Wari Bilong You.
The IPI Group is PNG's most innovative, dynamic and diverse logistics company, totally focused on delivering outstanding service. Our diversified divisions span from major warehousing, bulk fuel and road transport, to large-scale commercial catering, the IPI group of companies will be your partner, supplying tailor-made logistics solutions.
Come with us as we show you how to grow vanilla. In this episode, we take a look at vanilla bean care, vanilla block maintenance, and lastly, the application of organic and chemical spray.
7:30 p.m. tonight, right here on your number one to watch, MTV.
You're watching National MTV News. Governor for West New Britain Province, Sasindran Mutuvel, released a media statement yesterday stating that he's troubled by the government's backing of a new satellite casino in Port Moresby.
Governor Sasindran Mutuvel said a recent ABC News report highlighted the growing issue of gambling in PNG, and now the government is supporting a casino to further exploit that.
Thank you, Thomas.
Mr. Mutuvel said if this developer and the government are serious about real development, they should start by building infrastructure that contributes to the public good. Instead, they choose to build a casino that will only breed addiction and further entrench corruption. According to West New Britain Governor, the casino is poised to become a profit machine for foreign interests, while the people will lose their hard-earned money in an already difficult economy. Whereas yet the casino won't pay a single kina in taxes. Meanwhile, government is aggressively squeezing small and medium enterprises to pay more. He said if the government truly cares about the well-being of its citizens, it's time to rethink this casino and focus on the development that will benefit all Papua New Guineans and not just the rich and powerful. Louis Mangu, National MTV News.
Prime Minister James Morobe said by the year 2027, PNG will be a 150 billion kina economy.
Prime Minister Morobe said when he took over the Prime Minister's office in 2019, PNG was 79 billion kina economy.
When I took over the economy in 2019, we were a 79 billion kina economy. If all things go on schedule, by the end of this year, we will be a 122 billion kina economy. By next year, we'll be a 130 billion kina economy. By 2026 and 2027, will be 150 billion economy.
He assured the investors that PNG is not a stagnant economy.
So for those who choose to invest in this sort of investment in PNG, I want to give you fullest assurance you are coming into a growth economy and not a stagnant economy. You invest the same amount of dollar in Australia, your return of investment is 30 plus years. You invest the same amount of dollar in China, your return of investment is about 20 years. You invest the same amount of dollar in PNG right now, the return on investment is within 12 years. That is the market we are trying to propel for our country going forward.
Prime Minister said government is working tirelessly not only for economic and social development, but also to address the challenges.
Our government has serious responsibility to fix the law and justice sector, especially law and order. We have elevated law and order to the #1 ranked priority for the next few years going forward. We're working in education sector to make sure relevant, competent education skills, not just knowledge, but skills, is dispensed so that you can have appropriate worker at your disposal in our own local economy. Work with the Australian labour mobility now today. We hope to engage them in appropriate skilling so they are competent to work here and work international. We're also working with the health sector, both public health and private health, to make sure that the health sector is robust to capture the growing number of visits as well as our local population needs. We're working with a court system to restructure court. Restructure is going on as I speak. We're putting in between National Court and Supreme Court an appeals court, elevating Supreme Court to a Section 18, Section 19 reference court, giving appeals court in between National Court. All these are work going on.
He also stressed on the Pacific-Indo conversation.
Papua New Guinea is straddled in the middle of Asia and Pacific, especially Southeast Asia and Pacific. Global conversations on Indo-Pacific that goes on today is a conversation that PNG must capture to the best for our people and our economy. You cannot go past PNG in the Indo-Pacific conversation. Whether you travel from south to north or you travel from east to west, PNG is in the heart of it. The world going forward in the next 50 to 100 years, in my humble view, is an Asian century.
Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
Kidney specialist Dr. Stephen Bogozia has encouraged the general public to go for kidney tests when experiencing early signs and symptoms of kidney failure. He said people with a history of high blood pressure and diabetes are most vulnerable to kidney failure.
Dr. Bogozia, the kidney specialist with Kidney Foundation, highlighted the early signs and symptoms of kidney failure.
Okay, some of the earlier signs of kidney failure is, I think, very important that people have to notice is when you start to feel weak often, that you want to sleep often is another sign. That you notice your relatives or maybe yourself, you might feel that you feel fatigued most times of the day. It's one of the important things. You start to notice that you don't have the energy to go about doing your daily job. So when you start seeing that one, you must quickly come and see a doctor for blood tests. The second sign that comes up is you start to lose your appetite. You start to feel like you're vomiting and you feel like you don't want to eat your meal. That is another important sign. Another thing is you start having itchy feeling all over your skin, like an ant is biting onto your back or your arm and you're scratching everywhere. That is another important sign.
He said people with diabetes are likely to get kidney failure.
The important sign is when you want to go up a flight of stairs, climbing up, you will struggle to go up. Then when you see that, you must come and see your doctor quickly. Most of these conditions happen to people who have a background of diabetes and high blood pressure. So for those who have issues with blood pressure already and who are seeing their doctors for it, one of the important signs that what they see with patients with diabetes is you start to feel weak often, you're hungry often, and that you notice that you start having weakness in your body most times.
He also mentioned that people with background of high blood pressure are most likely to get kidney failure.
Another group of patients who succumb easily to kidney failure or become patients who end up with kidney failure are people who've been told by your doctors previously that your blood pressure is often high. And if you've not been taking your treatment, it's also very important that you come to the hospital to check up once you have the other signs and you know that you will also have a history of blood pressure problems in the past. So blood pressure is simple. You start to have headaches and all that. Especially headaches, a common sign of blood pressure going up. So you must come in and see. Another common problem nowadays is for people who have gout. People who have, joint pains, especially after a drink, of beer, or if you have a lot of protein and you're still having joint pains and all that, you must come quickly to see your doctor. Don't go and seek medicines like, pain medicines like, Voltaren and all that in the shops.
Here is a word of encouragement to the general public.
People who always go out for a drink of, beer, be careful. We have a lot of patients that are coming in with problems, especially with gout-related problems, joint pains. And many go and then seek quick pain relief from medicines like Voltaren. And, these medicines are not really friendly to the kidney. They actually are killing a lot of our people now. So one of my advice would be, avoid such things as alcohol if you don't need to drink it. And if you do have the joint pains, please see a doctor so that they can advise you which is the best medicine to take.
Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
The Lufa Tertiary Students Association of PNG UNRE visited schools in Eastern Highlands Province as part of the community project contributions.
With the purpose of encouraging students about the importance of education, the Lufa Tertiary Student Association of PNG-UNRE donated the stationery to 3 educational institutions. The schools include Utme Secondary School, Rendengi Primary School, and Adbanas Early Childhood Integrated School. A total of 30 students who contributed for this initiative. The students also explained the requirements of the courses offered in PNG-UNRE to Utme Secondary School students. The institutions have appreciated the visit as this means a lot to them and the stationery donated will be used for their examinations. The association encouraged other associations to take part in such voluntary services to give back to their communities as this will contribute to the development of the country. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
More than 30,000 grade 12 students across the country will commence their national examinations tomorrow, the 14th of October.
A total of 32,863 grade 12 students from 225 secondary and 6 national schools of excellence will commence the national examination tomorrow. As per the education calendar, the grade 10 students successfully completed the national examination from 7th to 11th of this month, followed by grade 12 students set to commence the national examination tomorrow, the 14th to 18th, followed by the grade 8s from 21st to 24th this month. According to a press statement released by Department of Education last month, all the provincial education advisors, provincial education supervisors, senior secondary inspectors, guidance officers, principals, and governing councils are asked to be security conscious with the security of the examination. Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
The 61st Morobe Show is set to take place this weekend at the Lay Showground in Morobe Province.
With the theme Sustainable Agriculture, Grow It, the show will take place from October 19 to 20, which will see the agricultural community and industry showcased like never before. The show is expected to see over 80,000 both local and international tourists. The evening of Friday will see the welcoming fireworks display to kick off the festivities. Known as the biggest agricultural community and industry show in PNG, the Morobe Show offers a range of attractions, including thrilling show rides, skydiving, marches, cultural dances, agricultural displays, among others. Public Relations Counselor of the 2024 Morobe Show, Mr. Harry Igambari said, with this year's theme, the show focuses on food security, business prosperity, and community spirit. Meanwhile, the tickets for the show are sold at the Lay Showground. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections. Communities will get faster speeds and wider coverage. And business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. Plus, everyone will benefit from onshore storage that brings browsing home. It's all part of our ongoing billion kina nationwide investment. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
At IPI Catering, we understand the intricacies of the environments in which we work, providing innovative, fresh and creative catering solutions. Our experience and commitment is a winning combination, delivering great food anywhere and anytime. IPI Catering, part of the IPI group of companies.
Remember the joy of playing with your toys as a child? At Money Plus, we believe that every small business deserves a chance to build and grow. That's why we offer asset financing.
Now chance to building something new, to see a different point of view. With Money Plus we're ready to go.
Nipla Halivim Wari Belong You.
For generations, our families have enjoyed the fresh taste of Vesta from our very own waters. Healthy, tasty, and made by our people for our people. Vesta continues to be the pride of PNG because we make sure that all the goodness from our oceans remains in our hands. Vesta, PNG's premier household brand.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections, and business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
The question is, why haven't wages, why hasn't household income not risen in line with the cost of living?
We try to make sure that the prices that business houses charges are not over and above.
It's equipment, you can put it on a ship, at a building.
We all know that right across the country, there's extensive blackouts.
Drastic environmental damage that will start to occur even before the development commences.
Presenting in-depth commentaries, interviews and discussions of the major current affairs issues, both domestically and internationally. Issues ranging across politics, bureaucracy, the environment and economics, as well as health, social and cultural issues. That's on Monday night, right here on your number one to watch, MTV. You're watching National MTV News. Moving to overseas news, an Australian couple in Bali could face up to 12 years in prison after being arrested for running a business allegedly linked to prostitution.
50-year-old Michael Jerome Legrand and 44-year-old Linley Legrand were arrested earlier this week along with 8 staff members at a spa that they own in the popular tourist hotspot Kuta. That spa, the Pink Palace, was raided by police who say it was being used for illegal commercial prostitution. On Friday in Bali, the couple, along with the other detained staff members, were paraded for the media. Police also displayed what they say is seized evidence, including lingerie, condoms and massage oil. Prostitution is illegal in Indonesia, and police say they are investigating the couple under the country's anti-pornography law, which carries jail sentences of anywhere between 6 months up to 12 years. But they also say one of the staff members at the Pink Palace allegedly was underage. She was 17. And for that reason, investigators are also looking at whether the couple are in breach of Indonesia's child protection laws. Now, Michael Legrand and Linley Legrand are both long-term residents in Bali. They operate several businesses, including a sports bar and a popular cafe in Seminyak. In fact, Linley Legrand is a survivor of the 2002 Bali bombings. And on the 20th anniversary a couple of years ago, she spoke to the ABC about how she had made Bali her home and how the couple are raising their children there. Now, those other businesses, the Goat Pub and the Corner Cafe, are operating as usual when the ABC rang, although staff who answered the phone said they are unaware of the cases. Police say from here on in they have about 15 days before a deadline where they're supposed to hand the case over to prosecutors, but if they haven't prepared enough, they are able to extend it. For now, the couple remain behind bars.
There has been widespread condemnation of Israeli forces in southern Lebanon after they fired towards UN peacekeepers. U.S. President Joe Biden has urged Israel to stop firing at UN peacekeepers during its conflict with Hezbollah.
In Beirut today, smoke still rising from Israel's latest attack on the capital. A residential building flattened without warning. Officials say all the dead here were civilians. So far, the bodies of 4 children have been reclaimed from the rubble.
This is Romeo 60. Message over.
In the south, too, Israel is accused of hitting the wrong targets. Those sent to keep the peace now coming under Israeli fire. There's growing international condemnation, and even Israel's greatest ally is trying to call a halt.
Are you asking Israel to stop hitting UN peacekeepers?
Absolutely, positively.
We filmed with Irish UN forces in July, when they could still risk going on patrol. They took us through Lebanese border villages, turned to abandoned ruins. Now UN blue helmets barely leave their bases. This week they've been hit by Israel several times, including at their headquarters. There's been an Israeli tank, as I understand it, a Merkava tank, opening fire on an observation post.
Exactly. There was yesterday that opened fire. More than an observation post, is inside our Nahura headquarters. So it's a well-known place. It's the largest base, and 2 peacekeepers were injured because of that. Yeah.
So this is very deliberate, as far as you're concerned. This cannot be a mistake.
You know, we are looking into that, but how can this be a mistake from an army that is pretty well prepared, that they know what they're doing?
An army that is projecting strength, showing its chief of staff inside Lebanon, according to this newly released video. The invading forces insist they target Hezbollah, but 2 more peacekeepers were injured today. The army says this was inadvertent and there'll be a thorough review.
People in Samoa remain concerned over the possible environmental impacts after a New Zealand Navy ship ran aground and sank while conducting a reef survey. Officials say the ship is leaking oil from 3 separate locations.
After mobilising to save the crew of the Manoanui as it sank near shore on Sunday, many in Tawhatoala village stayed home this week, unsure if their fishing grounds are safe to return. Mayor Taloailiono Vasaso says people are still coming to terms with what happened.
On Sunday morning, our village was having Sunday school lessons when we saw and took photos of the vessel sinking. But before sinking, it caught fire.
New Zealand's first naval loss since World War II, the Manoanui was mapping a reef when it ran aground and sank, taking 900 tonnes of fuel down with it. It now sits 150 metres below the surface, threatening fragile coral reefs and the marine ecosystem relied on by fishers.
We are fearful. The concern is that in case there is an oil spill, it will impact our ecosystem.
But the worst harm may be avoided with quick action.
It's a lot lighter than fuel oil on container ships, for instance, which tends to be quite heavy and not very good in the sense that it's got a lot of impurities in it. So I think if there's any good news here, that is that with the lighter oil, lighter fuel, it will evaporate off.
Samoan authorities have reported small oil leaks from the vessel, but no spillage onto reefs or on shore. Professor Battershill says with each low tide, the risk to coral and fish will return.
Our biggest concern is that the marine life, such as the coral reefs, have been impacted due to the ship running aground, but we also have a clam sanctuary and other fish species. We are also concerned it might impact our livelihoods. Our village has many fishermen, and seafood is a favourite among our elderly.
A crucial effort is now underway to save a reef and a community.
The United Nations is urging its members to keep backing its plan to tackle gang violence in Haiti after a gang attack displaced thousands. Kenya has been sending police to the Caribbean nation, but the violence has been spreading beyond Haiti's capital.
Fleeing on foot and on motorcycle from more gang violence in Haiti. The UN says more than 6,000 people were forced out of their homes after the Grand Gris gang came to Ponsonday.
They kill people, set houses, cars and the police station on fire.
They shot at us and the gangs robbed the houses. They tried to murder everyone and some people were shot in the head.
The gang's leader says the deadly violence was in retaliation for police killings of its militants. Grand Gris has claimed responsibility for killing at least 70 people, including infants.
I lost many relatives, nieces, cousins, aunts and uncles. They were all dead. They were buried without a funeral.
Many people who fled the violence came to the city of St. Mark, where those who were displaced were given food packages and the injured were treated in hospital.
I believe in God. I prayed as he tried to fire. It didn't work.
I'm making arrangements with the Minister for Health to ensure that St. Nicholas Hospital has all the resources it needs to care for the injured people.
Haiti's Prime Minister says police from the country's capital will act as reinforcements. Gary Conneal is also travelling to the United Arab Emirates and Kenya to ask for more help. Kenya has been sending police to Haiti under a peacekeeping plan backed by the United Nations.
Those efforts need to be supported.
The Dominican Republic cited the slow progress and limited results of that plan in its fresh push to send undocumented migrants back to Haiti. It announced it would deport up to 10,000 people a week shortly before the Grand Gris attack.
A protocol will be established for illegal immigrants and their assisted return, guaranteeing dignified conditions and in collaboration with the Haitian authorities.
Inside Haiti's borders, frustration is growing.
Nothing is happening, I tell you. I give up. I give up. I am hungry. I am everything.
Thousands remain displaced by the gang violence continuing to grip the country.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Trukai Sports. Stay with us.
Accept the challenge. Choose PNG's favorite purified bottled water. True Wara, 100% PNG made.
Proudly bottled by Paradise Foods.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections, and business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
For generations, our families have enjoyed the fresh taste of Besta from our very own waters. Healthy, tasty, and made by our people for our people. Besta continues to be the pride of PNG because we make sure that all the goodness from our oceans remains in our hands. Besta, PNG's premier household brand.
At IPI Catering, we understand the intricacies of the environments in which we work, providing innovative, fresh and creative catering solutions. Our experience and commitment is a winning combination, delivering great food anywhere and anytime. IPI Catering, part of the IPI group of companies.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Hi, I'm Jordan Dangi. Join me weekly at 7 p.m. every Tuesday nights on House and Home as we talk about pet care, health and fitness, home improvement ideas, feature stories, pick a book, How Talk Mom, and everything to do with home and lifestyle. That's House and Home, 7 p.m. Tuesday nights on your number one to watch, EMTV.
True Kai Sports.
Welcome to True Kai Sports. In a closely contested match, the junior Kumuls of Papua New Guinea and the Australian Prime Minister's 13 played an exciting 22-22 draw in the 2024 Prime Minister's 13 match today.
The thrilling match took place at the Santos National Football Stadium in Port Moresby, with both teams demonstrating strong performances. The game showcased a balance of offensive brilliance and defensive grit from both sides as the junior Kumuls held on against the formidable Australian side. The crowd, passionate and energetic, was treated to a display of athleticism and skill, with each team scoring crucial tries throughout the game. For PNG, it was a chance for their rising stars to prove their determination on the international stage, and they didn't disappoint. The match was marked by intense phases of play as the Kumuls utilized their speed and agility, while the Australian team relied on structure and power. Ultimately, neither team could pull ahead in the final minutes, resulting in a hard-earned draw. The 22-22 scoreline is reflective of the resilience and competitiveness of both squads, and it will no doubt fuel the growing rivalry between PNG and Australia at the junior level of rugby league. Jonathan Sibona, True Kai Sports.
Meanwhile, in the Prime Minister's 13 women's game, Papua New Guinea lost to Australia 50-0.
The Papua New Guinea's rugby league team Orchids faced a tough challenge against Australia in the annual Prime Minister's 13 clash, losing 50-0 in a one-sided affair. Played at Port Moresby, the match saw the Australian side dominate from the opening whistle, quickly asserting their strength and skills. Australia's attack was relentless with their quick ball movement and tactical execution overwhelming the PNG defence. The Australian team, stacked with experienced players, showcased why they are one of the top sides in the International Women's Rugby League. Their physicality, speed and coordination left PNG struggle to keep up. Despite the passionate support of the local crowd, the PNG Orchids could not find a way to penetrate Australia's solid defence or gain significant field possession. For PNG, the match was a tough learning experience. While the defeat was heavy, the game provided an opportunity for the team to gauge their development against one of the best teams in the world. Australia demonstrated their depth and readiness as they continue to set the benchmark for women's rugby league globally. Jonathan Sibona, True Kai Sports.
And for the Men's Prime Minister's 13 match this afternoon, the Australian Kangaroos showcased their dominance with a decisive 42-20 victory over the Papua New Guinea Kumuls. True Kai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
True Kai Sports.
For generations, our families have enjoyed the fresh taste of Besta from our very own waters. Healthy, tasty, and made by our people for our people. Besta continues to be the pride of PNG because we make sure that all the goodness from our oceans remains in our hands. Besta, PNG's premier household brand.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Goodpilla mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Goodpilla data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
At IPI Catering, we understand the intricacies of the environments in which we work, providing innovative, fresh and creative catering solutions. Our experience and commitment is a winning combination, delivering great food anywhere and anytime. IPI Catering, part of the IPI group of companies.
If you love cooking, then this is your show. Delicious dishes and amazing people. The Cook Up with Adam Leo, 5:30 p.m. weekdays, right here on the number one to watch, EMTV.
Come with us as we show you how to grow vanilla. In this episode, we take a look at vanilla bean care, vanilla block maintenance, and lastly, the application of organic and chemical spray.
7:30 p.m. tonight, right here on the number one to watch, EMTV.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching Trukai Sports. In the second clash of round 13 of the Papua New Guinea Premier Soccer League, Lae City defeated Port Moresby Strikers 3-1 at the Sir Ignatius Kilage Stadium.
Football fans at Sir Ignatius Kilage Stadium in Lae were treated to an intense showdown between Lae City FC and Port Moresby Strikers FC. From the first whistle, Lae City showed they meant business. Within just 1 minute, Silion had to go open the scoring, putting the home side ahead. Lae's control didn't stop there. With a solid performance on both ends of the pitch, the team doubled the lead. In the 31st minute, Nalo Moses came through to score a goal before Gordon Mark added a third in the 37th minute, sending Lae into halftime with a commanding 3-0 lead. Despite the pressure, the Port Moresby Strikers showed resilience in the second half, looking far more organised and determined. However, they struggled to break through Lae's defence. It was until the 70th minute when Yagi Yasa, who came off the bench and sparked some life into the Strikers' attack, setting up Bruce Tiampo for a goal in the 73rd minute. Unfortunately for the visitors, it would be their only breakthrough. Lae City held their ground for the remainder of the match, securing the 3-1 and boosting their chances of finishing in the top 4 as the season progresses. Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
That ends Trukai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections. Communities will get faster speeds and wider coverage. And business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. Plus, everyone will benefit from onshore storage that brings browsing home. It's all part of our ongoing billion kina nationwide investment. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
For generations, our families have enjoyed the fresh taste of Besta from our very own waters. Healthy, tasty, and made by our people for our people. Besta continues to be the pride of PNG because we make sure that all the goodness from our oceans remains in our hands. Besta, PNG's premier household brand.
At IPI Catering, we understand the intricacies of the environments in which we work, providing innovative, fresh and creative catering solutions. Our experience and commitment is a winning combination, delivering great food anywhere and anytime. IPI Catering, part of the IPI group of companies.
Hi, I'm Jordan Dangi. Join me weekly at 7 p.m. every Tuesday nights on House and Home as we talk about pet care, health and fitness, home improvement ideas, feature stories, pick a book, Hatok Man, and everything to do with home and lifestyle. That's House and Home, 7 p.m. Tuesday nights on your number one to watch, EMTV.
A living memory of a lost loved one. She said, makes life more challenging. You just have to trust me. Hey, I like the fire. Can you stay first? We gotta get out of here. With relationships on the line. McLeod's Daughters, 8:30 p.m. Tuesday, right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
The question is, why haven't wages, why hasn't household income not risen in line with the cost of living?
We try to make sure that the prices that business houses charges are not over and above.
It's equipment, you can put it on a ship, at a building.
We all know that right across the country, there's extensive blackouts.
Drastic environmental damage that will start to occur even before the development commences.
Presenting in-depth commentaries, interviews and discussions of the major current affairs issues, both domestically and internationally. Issues ranging across politics, bureaucracy, the environment and economics, as well as health, social and cultural issues. That's on Monday night, right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You may hold him and walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to be living incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
The weather report for the next 24 hours. For the southern region, Port Moresby City, partly cloudy with chances of rain showers and drizzles and possible thunderstorms. Darrow, cloudy with possible few rain drizzles in the evening. Kerama, periods of rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Alota, partly cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Popondetta, partly cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. To the Momasa region, Ley City, partly cloudy with some rain showers in the afternoon. Medang, mostly fine. Wewak, partly cloudy with possible few rain and drizzles. Vanimo partly cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. To the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau partly cloudy, Kavieng partly cloudy with possible brief drizzles, Kokopon-Rabaul mostly fine partly cloudy, Kimbe brief rain showers and possible thunderstorms, Buka brief afternoon rain showers. To the Highlands region, Mount Hagen City, periods of rain showers and possible thunderstorms, Goroka, Bans and Kondiawa, cloudy with some afternoon rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Nandi, Tari and Wabeg, cloudy with afternoon rain showers and possible thunderstorms.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Sunday, the 13th of October, 2024. From all of us here, pleasant viewing. Good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.